Well, here we are. I told you all that I was going to be coming out here and looking at my my childhood home. I haven't set foot on this property in 20 years, and it's already just starting to just come into picture. I mean, honestly, everything here just used to be so much bigger because of how small I was. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have been like this tall when I left here when I was a kid, and you know, switching perspective really changes everything. I mean, you look at the yard here. I mean, honestly, this. I remember when me and my dad we poured this out when I was about 5 or 6 years old. We demolished the old one, which was falling apart, and then we did this one in its place, and it's still here. It's still kept up really well. Front yard. I remember this. I remember one time it snowed 3 feet here one time, and I dug tunnels all throughout the yard in the midst of the snow. I dug tunnels all the way out to the road actually, and I almost got killed by a snowplow one time. So, Mom, if you're finding out just now, sorry about that. But gosh, over here is my mom used to have a garden right here. Now they've just planted regular stuff here to, I guess, fill in the space. You know, new pine tree and everything. That is the same basketball goal that was up when I was a kid. The exact same one. And for some reason, the people who moved in after us put up this fence. I think it's because they had a dog or something. But I remember me and my dad and my sister were out here all the time playing basketball and shooting, just shooting and everything. Gosh, dude. I remember over here, my mom had a little garden over here as well. She had, you know, both sides. She had very pretty flowers set up to accentuate the place. And up there, in the midst of those trees, there was a tree house that my dad built about 2 years before we left. And now it's gone. Time flies, I guess. But anyway, it's just the front yard, and I'm already gathering up a storm. Let's let me get the keys out. To this pocket or the other pocket? Oh, there they are. Got the keys right here to the house. Let's walk up and see what lies within. Hey, they got a security system. Must add in security up here. Okay. I remember we went to Lowe's and we got this out of Lowe's, and it fit perfectly. I remember one time I hurt my knee really bad because I came up and my foot got caught under, and I came up and I skinned my knee really bad one time. And I always made sure to pull my steps back whenever I got to the first top step. This railing here was not here last time. I mean, when I was a kid, we could just jump off this like crazy, like a bunch of crazy kids that we were. Lucky we didn't blow our knees out or something like that. But yeah, I remember this porch was added on when my dad got his job at Mulligan. But anyway, let's see here. There we go. Oh, man. Jesus. It is all the same. Literally, everything is the same when I was a kid. This is... this is unbelievable. I mean, there we go. Put the lights on. I remember we had... oh, gosh, yeah. Not much of a living room, but when I was a kid, this place was huge. I remember we had a couch right here. It was an old couch, but it was very comfortable. But we had to throw it out one time because my sister's hamster got loose, and pretty much burrowed into the back of it, and they ate the back out of the damn thing. And then, yeah, we had the TV right here. I remember it was a big old bubble back TV, you know, like this thick, like front to back. Gosh. And, gosh. I guess the previous tenant didn't want this. I'm not taking it. I don't need it. Let's see. Here's the kitchen. Dinner table was right here. I remember some mornings I'd come in here and sometimes my mom would have breakfast ready. Sometimes I'd have to fix myself some cereal. But it was interesting. I see in here in the kitchen they replaced a lot of the big stuff. You know, new microwave. The this is actually newer, and also this fridge as well is well. Well, that's interesting. That's not mine, by the way. I haven't lived here in 20 years. I'm sorry, officer. I don't know where any of that came from. But, okay. Oh, pantry here. The pantry, when I was a kid, it was actually just two double doors that opened up. Instead of it being fold-out doors, it was just two solid doors. And it was locked one time. And as a matter of fact, one night, my sister, there was a spider in her room, and the only place there was insecticide or you know, spray to kill the spider was in here. And we couldn't find the key to save our lives. So my sister slept in the living room. And then when Dad got home the next day, he went and got the key. I forget exactly where it was, but he got the key, opened it up, went in there, sprayed and killed the spider, and says, "All right, you're welcome." And this just went and laid down. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess head down the main hallway here. Let's see, is there a light switch somewhere? Oh yeah, down here. Oh, no. Oh, there's a little bit of light. Oh, there it is, okay. Just had to heat up again. But down here, when I first lived here, I lived here from, you know, the day I was born until I was about 8 or 9 years old. And down here was where we all lived early on, like the first 4 years of my life. This was my parents' room, the bigger master bedroom. This used to be a double wide. This used to be a double wide back in the day. This was my parents' room. I actually remember like a few of my first memories. I used to sneak in here as a kid, and I used to hide in the middle of a clothes pile that was down here, and I'd fall asleep. And my mom would find me and wake me up. Gosh. And gosh, man. And oh yeah, across the hall here. Gosh, dude, this is surreal. This, early on, was my room. Gosh, man. Seemed so much bigger when I was a kid. I mean, honestly, I can't place it just in my head, just how strange this feels. I haven't seen this room in 20 some odd years. God. But anyway, moving on. Oh, actually, if you want to follow me. This just leads into a whole other room. Actually, the main door's right there, so you can just come in right here. Be like, all right, so, hey, how'd you get in here? Pretty much. But this, actually, when my parents, okay, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, my parents made additions onto the house. And when that happened, I moved into this room. This was originally my sister's room. This was originally her room. Don't have many memories of it in that, but I remember there used to be a big bush out here that bees used to nest in and everything, and my dad cut a huge bee's nest out of there one time. Nasty stuff, horrible. But I moved in here. This became my room. My sister moved into my parents' room, and this room that was my room was an old playroom where me and my sister, you know, kept our toys and everything. We all just played. We all had our separate. Actually, it was split in half. I remember I had my toy box on one side. She had hers on the other. And if something crossed the line in the middle, it was war. It was war. She just started throwing stuff at me like, "Get your stuff off the side of my room." Okay. But, gosh. I was gonna say, let me cut all the lights off. That's one deal about me coming in here. The owner of the house, you know, who's a good family friend, told me I had to cut off all the lights, make sure the doors were locked and all that, you know, because last thing they want is a power bill for a house that's not in use. For now. And I guess moving on to the addition onto the house. This whole section, this right here, this was just a wall back when I was a kid. This was just a wall. You know, nothing here. And then my dad had the bright idea to put on an addition. So he did. And what we did was he made a laundry room, which I remember the first year we had this, I crawled inside of the laundry machine and I went where the clothes were still warm. And I remember my sister shut the door on me one time and I went, "Hey, let me out of here." And my mom opens up the door, is like, "Oh my gosh, Nathan, what happened?" I'm like, "Ashley shut me in." And my sister, you know, always found a way to blame me for something. And she did. And I'm the one that got in trouble. So what are you gonna do? And back here, this was the extended master bedroom that my dad had in mind. There's even indentation marks from where the bed was still here from the previous owner. And this skylight, when I was a kid, was gigantic to me because I thought I'd never be able to reach it because, you know, I was down here like as a kid. But I see it now and it's just like, wow. I remember actually early on the bed was right here for my parents and they could look up and see the night sky. So that's nice. And then here we have the main master bathroom. Well, there we go. These lights work. All of this is still the original from way back when. This is, I mean, the toilet, the top, heck, even the shower is the same. I mean, that to me is mind-blowing. And going here into the, oh man. Yeah, so, and also these are all the same. Everything's the same. Everything is exactly the same as it was. And also, the dreaded attic. Oh, yeah. But there's nothing up there now except for insulation, so. But yeah, this is, wow. I can't believe just, it's a strange feeling I'm having right now. It's like familiar but different, you know? And as much as I'd like to say, you know, as much as I'd like to say, but I have so many good memories in this house, and it's just, it was also, it was also the first time that I realized that my parents weren't on the best of terms with each other. And separation and eventually divorce was on the horizon, which is never fun for a kid. But, you know, you find ways to deal with that, you know, video games, Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z. You find ways to deal and cope. But, yeah, let me turn this off here. But, oh, the backyard. Forgot about that back here. Let me go check on that. Same deck, same exact deck, but they painted it blue. Why? Why would they paint it blue? I don't get it. I don't know, maybe they're Powell Valley fans, I don't know. Or actually Powell Valley doesn't exist anymore, so yeah. But I remember we had cookouts on here. I remember I jumped off of this right here into the yard and I landed head first. I'm lucky to be alive, y'all. I am lucky to be alive. Also, I remember these two posts right here. In between was a hammock. I laid there so long sometimes I lost track of time. I mean, and then over here is where the old swing set and play set were. There was a sandbox in the bottom that I used to play in, and I remember, oh gosh, I remember over here, my dad like set up like a miniature golf course one year. He got out like a hole digger, a hole punch in the ground, and he dug out 3 holes and like put Dixie cups in there as like temporary cups. Also, under here, this is where we kept our 4-wheelers, ATVs for those of you outside of the Appalachian area. But, God, dude, it's mind-blowing to me just how different things are because of, you know, how I've changed in size. You know, I'm 28 now, and I was about 8 or 9 years old when I left here. It's just the difference is that, but also the familiarity, you know, from the memories as a kid. It's strange. It's so strange. Gosh. But, yeah. Alright, let's head back inside and lock up and get ready to head out. Come on in, my friend. Alright. So yeah, let's come on over here, shut these lights off. Now, only one left on is the main one here in the living room, which, you know, hope you can forgive me for doing this, but so I guess that's going to do it for this video. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and I'd like to thank the man, Mr. John Hampton, for being my cameraman for this. So thank you for that, my friend. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate, and I'll see you later.